The breakdown you're about to watch is brought to you by We Want Picks Premium Membership. Premium membership gets you all sorts of exclusive content, early bets, fantasy tools, and betting guides. Check it out now, WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member. Get ahead of these betting lines and get access to all of the tools now with an optimizer. We have a DraftKings optimizer available to you at the same low price of $10 a month. That's $2.50 a week. You get all of our bets early, all of our fantasy content early. You get betting tools and now a DraftKings optimizer, DraftKings ownership, and everything you need to build now up to 150 lineups with just a few clicks. WeWantPicks.com at the top. Click Become a Member. It is only $10 a month. All right, $10 a month. You have one good week. You pay for the whole year. WeWantPicks.com at the top. Click Become a Member. And as always, if you want $50, all you need to do is go to WeWantPicks.com/bets. Sign up with any one of our betting partners. Make a deposit, and I will send you $50 as a thank you. That's WeWantPicks.com/bets. Sign up, make a deposit. I'll send you $50. Next up at UFC Paris, we have former lock of the week, Dustin Stoltzfus, taking on Abusupiyan Magomedov. Dustin Stoltzfus, 14-4 overall, 2-3 in his last 5, coming off the win over Dwight Grant just a few weeks ago. Abusupiyan Magomedov is 24-4. 3-1-1 in his last 5 and making his UFC debut. Was that a hiccup?
It was a monster burp.
Jesus Christ, dude. You're falling apart. You're like literally out of breath talking about fights and then choking on juice.
Well, it's my heart's racing. I get excited, Angelo. You should see.
It's where the blood's going. That would make the picks a little more logical. Dustin Stoltzfus is a busy striker with very good power. He's got a BJJ brown belt and a black belt in that other weird martial art that we didn't know the name, but it's kind of like BJJ.
Submission wrestling.
I thought it had a name.
It does have.
It has like a stupid name.
But it's submission wrestling basically.
Yeah, so BJJ. And he's solid off his back, but that's not what he's looking for. He did just snap a 3-fight skid a few weeks ago with a close win over Dwight Grant. He landed twice as many strikes in that fight, but was really only able to win because of a pair of well-timed takedowns and control. Abusupiyan Magomedov is a powerful and versatile striker with wrestling as a backup plan. He has very sneaky power because it just never looks like he's throwing big shots, but when he connects, people are put down. He's a long striker who does a great job using his length to counter and keep people at the end of his strikes. He will throw everything from tight hooks to head kicks, and even though he can be hittable, he recognizes it, and if he's on the wrong end of an exchange, he quickly shoots double legs. He is a genuine prospect, but this is going to be a very real test for him. And it's an interesting matchup because outside of the UFC, Abus has looked great. He's dropping opponents. He's taking them down. He's making it all look effortless. But we've seen that before. We have seen these prospects with solid records destroying the regional scene come into the UFC and just not have that same success. And Dustin has 3 losses in the UFC. But we've said this in other breakdowns. Those were quality losses, and they were to specialists. Those 3 losses were to top-notch grapplers. And Abus can wrestle and he can grapple, but he's not exactly Rodolfo Vieira. And I'm just so torn on this pick because when I first did the breakdown, I said I think Dustin Stoltzfus can get this done. I think it might look like the Grant fight where he doesn't have a ton of success on his feet, but he can hang and ultimately uses the takedowns for the control and the win. But Abus can also wrestle. So he can get the takedowns and he can control from there. So I'm just so torn on this fight. I literally flip-flop. I said in text message to you, I'm switching it. I'm leaving Dustin. I'm going to the Magomedov side. I just don't know what to do. I really don't, because as good as Abus has looked, his record's hollow, man. Those are not quality opponents on the regional scene. They're just not. And not that Dustin is a UFC killer, but he has fought UFC talent. And his 3 losses in the UFC were to straight grapplers. And Abus is not a straight grappler. What do you think? Jakey Boy, your former lock of the week. He pulled you out of this slump.
Well, he didn't pull. He was like the third or fourth one in there, but he is part of the 8-fight win streak on Lock of the Week. And the reason I picked him was because he had such an advantage in the wrestling, in the grappling over Dwight Grant. And I'm gonna try to be really respectful here because I love Dustin. I love Dustin. He's a great dude. I was so happy to see him get the win against Dwight Grant. I made him my lock of the week. I messaged him on Instagram. Ludo Livre is with that martial art. It's the no gi, I guess. He's a black belt in no gi, but he's a brown belt in gi. I don't know. That's what he messaged me. So I was messaging him on Instagram. I told me he's my lock of the week. He was excited about it. Went out, got it done. The issue is with Dustin. His fight IQ, man, is just fucking atrocious because he had such an advantage in the wrestling against Dwight Grant and just chose not to use it until he like absolutely had to use it. That guy will just walk forward, hands down. When I mention dogs, there's a few people I mentioned that are absolute dogs. Dustin is one of those absolute dogs. That guy does not give a fuck, man. Hands down, throwing wild looping shots that aren't powerful, aren't quick, but you can just tell he just loves fighting when he's in there, man. And it's hard to knock a guy for just loving fighting and not just chasing boring, I'm going to take you down and hold you type situations, which is how he would beat most people. Unfortunately, in this matchup, he doesn't have that advantage. He's going to beat people, or he should beat most people that he can out-wrestle, and he should be able to out-wrestle a lot of people. Even though his fight IQ, sometimes he just doesn't wrestle sometimes, like we saw against Dwight Grant until the very end. He was the closest, in this 8-fight win streak, he was the closest one where it was like, holy shit, I'm about to lose this. And then he picks him up and slams him in the third round, and we got the job done. But Dustin does not have the striking advantage. They're not even close in the striking advantage in this matchup. I don't think he has the wrestling advantage, and I don't think he has the submission advantage as well. So when I'm looking at this matchup, I love Dustin. Great dude. I'll be rooting for him. I'll be pulling for him. And I got to pick my dude Magomedov. I put a money line bet on him as well. I just don't see anywhere where Dustin wins this fight unless, we saw Magomedov, that little flash knockout that has happened, 3 fights ago. That was a weird little, it wasn't a big shot, but it was a weird little shot right on the button. And Dustin does throw wild shit. They're very telegraphed. It's a lot of swings and misses. But if he hits that right shot, we might be able to see it again. But unfortunately for this matchup, I can't go back-to-back for Dustin. I'll be rooting for him, but I got money on Magomedov, and I think he absolutely gets the job done here. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue. I'm just, you know what I mean. Like I said, a lot of that Dustin pick, I just feel like of those 24 Abus wins, a lot of them are bullshit. And we have seen that many times before. We were trying to figure out the name of that martial art. Thank God for Kenny. He said Ludo Livre.
I just said it in my breakdown. I just said it's Ludo Livre.
He said Ludo Livre is like a martial art and based out of Brazil or somewhere. So just
he says black belt and Ludo Livre. He says black belt and Ludo Livre.
Hey,
no
dickhead!
gi,
I was making
belt,
fun of Kenny for having
BJJ gi.
Literally zero insight. It's like a martial art. It's based out of Brazil or somewhere. That was the joke, and you had to interrupt with your stupid fucking hat.
Dick. Kiss
and your dumb,
my dick.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Oh, he said okay.
Pull it out. Somehow pull it out. Pull it out.
I don't pull it out. I flop that thing out, man.
Yeah, okay. Fucking expedition trying to find that thing. People have found the end of a rainbow before they could find that thing.
You think
anyway, so? $7,300 in DraftKings, $8,900. You gonna spend the $8,900? Fucking leprechaun.
Ooh, good one.
It actually works because you're also you have the complexion of a leprechaun.
I don't think I do.
And the height.
I got the money of a leprechaun. I'll tell you that. No doubt about that. It's a penthouse apartment. You know what I mean?
Okay, sure. Yeah, do a pan. Are you gonna spend the $8,900? It's a penthouse apartment, but anytime you get up to take a leak, we hear it.
No, I got a bitch on the bed right there, literally. So can't pan it.
Okay. Literally, a female dog. $8,900. Are you spending it in DraftKings?
I can't do that to Dustin, man. He's tough. I mean, Dustin's tough. He's not going to be an easy put out.
Okay,
but he might get put out.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it. I like to, like I said, it's really. I fully recognize, listen to my breakdown, and that's the most important part. The picks are important, obviously, but listen to the insight that lead up to the pick. Because, again, Jacob and I are split, but we're both correct. Everything we've both said is correct here. Dustin has fought the higher level of opponent. Dustin has a path to victory, but Abus has legit power, even though it doesn't look like it, and he's very, very well-rounded. My concern is his regional record. I think it's kind of bullshit. Outside of that...
most people's regional record is bullshit.
Yeah, but he's coming from Russia. Like, if you dig into it, there should be other, 10-1 guys, and they're not. They're, 24 of them, a lot of them are losing records.
The last guy he fought was 13-2. The guy before
he finally stepped it up.
Was 0-2.
Okay. At 20, guy had 25 professional.
The guy he lost to was 18-4.
Okay.
That was a flash knockout. Let's keep going. The guy before that, 3-round decision, was 12-6. Swedish dude. Before that was a draw, 2, an 18-5 dude. So I think your argument's not really holding up here.
It is holding
Before
up.
that, no, I mean, these are all good records. Before that, he fought
in his last
12-4.
a draw, a knockout loss, a dude who was 0-2 is one of the wins.
12-4.
Get the hell out of
Let's
here.
see what Dan Hope is. 14-9, very respectable, because he has 3 losses in a row after he fought him.
Okay,
Oh, no, he has
that was the beginning of the
loss
end.
after
Anyway, Monkey Knife Fight Strike Line 53-62. I think we have our first less. I don't think it goes that far. I think they do bomb away. One of them's going to catch the other, or Abus is going to get rocked and then just start grappling and then hang out on top. What do you think?
I think this is 3 rounds. Dustin's tough, man. I think it's more.
All right. Well, I think it's less. You think it's more. If you guys know which way you want to go with that, go to weonpicks.com/MKF. They will instantly match your deposit. And if you want $50 for free, I'll send you $50. I've sent it many times before. Go to weonpicks.com/bets. Sign up with any one of our betting partners. Make a deposit, and I'll send you $50. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. And don't forget to become a premium member. All of our bets, all of our picks, other people's picks as well, all of our raw notes. We rank every single DraftKings player by salary, and we have an optimizer, a full DraftKings optimizer. And if you don't know what that is, you literally say who you want in your lineup, who you don't want in your lineup. Just pick 1 or 2 fighters and let the optimizer do the rest. It'll calculate projected ownership and projected score, and it'll build you the perfect lineup. That's what it does. WeOnPicks.com. Click Become a Member.